Yeah.
All right. Hey, Governor, we're looking at a live shot of the East Room of the White House where President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu are about to start taking questions. If I cut you guys off, that's what's happening. But I want to ask you about something President Trump said just a couple hours ago. It was quite extraordinary. He said if Iran makes an attempt on his life, it would be, quote, total obliteration, and that he has left specific instructions that should something happen to him, this is how the United States would react and should react and what action it should take. It was really extraordinary that he would spell that out.
It is. I don't think there's a piece of paper in the left-hand drawer per se, but I think he knows that there's been, in effect, multiple attempts on his life. He knows that an assassination is potentially very real for him, unfortunately. It's a tragic situation, but it is. And so whether it comes from Iran or anyone else, I'm sure that he's been very clear about, if someone were to make that attempt on him to threaten America that way, there's clear retaliatory action to be taken. But if I may, I want to go back. I think there's a clear strategy here. I know you guys were talking about Israel before. He's not spitballing. There is a very clear strategy that Trump is laying out, and I think he's playing it very well. As someone who's an incredibly strong supporter of Israel, but a Palestinian American myself, what he's basically telling all these countries is you're going to take all these refugees. And you know what they're going to say? Hey, we're not taking all these refugees. He's then going to say, okay, here's the deal then. You make the investment. You rebuild Gaza. You have economic and vested interest in that area and be a partner to Israel in keeping Hamas and those splinter cells at bay over the long term. That's why he's talking about this giant investment of money. Because what he's saying is if you're not going to take the people, then you're going to rebuild their lands for them. Because, frankly, the Palestinians have been treated like crap by all these Middle Eastern countries
They have
for decades,
That's the
forever.
thing.
They really have. It's been awful.
Right. I mean, there's a lot that we haven't really been able, because there's so much breaking right now. But the fact of the matter is many of these Arab countries in the Middle East have wanted nothing to do with the Palestinians.
Yeah, that's right. And he's going to hold their feet to the fire. Sorry.
Finish, Governor, and then A. Scott, I want you to jump in.
Okay, go right ahead.
Governor, you were saying he's going to hold their feet to the fire?
Oh, sorry. No, he's going to hold their feet to the fire and say you can take deal A, you can go A or B. A is you take them and you bring them into your country and you give them an opportunity. B is you put the dollars up because they have it. Egypt, Jordan, Saudi, UAE, Qatar, they all have the dollars to rebuild, to level that place out, rebuild it. That's why he talks about building something beautiful, not necessarily with American dollars, with Middle Eastern dollars, and show their commitment. That'll be the fundamental change we have not seen in the Middle East in frankly, ever, especially for the Palestinians.
Hey, Scott, what do you make of it all?
Yeah, but Chris, if I'm an Arab country, I didn't break it. I didn't bomb it. And all Palestinians aren't Hamas. I know why you bombed it and why it's a demolition site now, going after Hamas, and I get that part. But what's Trump and Netanyahu's leverage on making Qatar or the UAE or any other Arab country, Egypt or Jordan, to take one of those choices? Because you're right.
Sure. So
nobody wants the Palestinians,
two things.
and they want to go back to Gaza. Why not rebuild Gaza? Make the Israelis do their part. Rebuild Gaza and get rid of Hamas, because that's the only way you're going to have peace in that region.
Yeah, Israel will be a part of it, to be sure. So a couple things. They did break it. Because these countries never provided the internal support in the Middle Eastern region to ensure that organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah didn't come to power in the first place, they sat on the sidelines, let the Palestinian people get used as human shields, and this is the price that they have to pay.
Yeah.
And believe me, when it comes to Israel, we need Israel as much as they need us, but when it comes to those other Middle Eastern countries, they're no dummies. They're not going to screw around with a strong United States. That's why Trump is being so pushy on terrorists with all these other countries. All around the world, they know a strong America is a peaceful world at the end of the day. And so they're going to capitulate to that in some form.
Last word to you,
he has the same leverage. No, I'm just saying, I just don't think he's got the same leverage. He may, but it's going to be a heavy lift no matter what. We'll see.
It is going to be an awesomely heavy lift. It's an extraordinary idea.
Forgive my understatement.
And if he can pull this off, wow. Okay. Chris Sununu, A. Scott Bolden, thank you both so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.